Hmm. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Here it is a nice, comfortable 72 degrees already. And we are supposed to have some storms here in a little while. We had an awesome thunderstorm last night. Woke me up with a big boom. The whole house shook. Anyway, didn't get any video of that. I was going to, but I was too half asleep. I woke up because Penny was trying to sit on top of me and she was shaking to death, poor baby. So, yeah, I spent my time comforting her and making sure she was doing okay. So, how many of y'all noticed that there was a 3.5 in California today? There was also a 4.4 in the Gulf of California before that. So I figured there was going to be an earthquake after that, and there was. It was a 3.5. So I think we're probably looking at more activity. Um, when the Gulf of California moves, it appears that the West Coast California moves as well. But something I was thinking about people that forecast earthquakes. Me, I like to try to figure out the size of the next earthquake. And something I was talking to somebody else about, the biggest problem about being able to forecast earthquakes is the size of the earthquake because EMSE, USGS, and these other places like to take the sizes of the earthquakes and upgrade and downgrade so you can never get a perfect picture of what the size of the earthquake actually was. And sometimes they upgrade and downgrade the depth of the earthquakes as well. So that can cause an issue when it comes to forecasting. And that's not predicting, that is forecasting an earthquake. Looks like YouTube just ran people out of my video. Isn't that nice of them? And that is another reason why I turned on monetization over the weekend and left you all a message. YouTube has been playing with the numbers. So they're playing the numbers game. And when I don't monetize my videos, YouTube doesn't allow me to have views on my videos. When I monetize my videos, I tend to get views on my videos. So that is why I have started monetizing. Not so much that I care much about monetization. I care about the fact of whether my videos and my information are getting out to people. Look at that sky today. It's gray and white outside, but still have a little bit of pink in there. But yeah, I wanted that was one of the things I wanted to discuss was the issue with being able to forecast. That okay, had to check and make sure my sound was actually working because there were three people there and then there was nobody there. Okay, guys, if y'all wondering why I'm being quiet, I am actually posting Uh, and now YouTube doesn't like me. They don't want anybody to watch my live stream. Should I complain? Jump up and down? Nah. I'm just gonna let it run. Whether I talk or not, I'm just gonna let my stream run. This is for people that want to be here. And I want to thank the people that have subscribed in the last day or two. I appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Whoever just popped in, you'll have to scroll back to see what I was talking about. The birds are out flying today. Let's see, I'll make this a little bit smaller. Then y'all can see the earthquake magnitudes as the world spins. So anyway, as I was saying, when it comes down to being able to forecast earthquakes, I think the biggest issue that is had is with the size of the earthquake and with the depth of the earthquake. Because USGS, USBS, however you want to call them, upgrades, downgrades, leaves out, doesn't post, doesn't show all the data, NEMSC and other agencies, it makes it harder to actually pinpoint an exact size of a magnitude. So when when a person who might be good at forecasting forecasts, they might be within zero point 0.5 or 1 magnitude off, depending because of the amount of upgrade, downgrade, depth changes to an earthquake. Me, I learned a long time ago that it is possible to forecast an earthquake. That's because Bella and I worked on a graph, but it'll always be within half a magnitude to a magnitude smaller or larger because of the fact that there are so many upgrade downgrades. And I believe that a lot of times some earthquakes are left off, and I don't know if that's intentional. Anyway, it is a beautiful day today. I am sitting here worrying because I have exactly 1 week before I go back to see my dental surgeon. And I'm worrying because the back of my mouth, where they removed the wisdom tooth and the bone spur, are not healing correctly. They are healing, but they're not healing as fast as they said it would. And I have a week and still have an issue. So I'm waiting my 1 week to be able to go back in and we'll see what they do then. I'm just hoping I don't have to have more surgery done. And I'm still having problems right now because I have run out of the nutrition drinks that I was drinking. They only go so far. Um, I was drinking 4 to 5 a day. And for four, it costs $22 plus tax, which came out to about $25, $26. So I bought enough to last for 3 weeks, and my 3 weeks is almost up. And I'm sick and tired of ice cream, mashed potatoes. I don't want any of it. And then I tried to make myself grits, and I have never made grits before. That came out horrible. And yes, it is quite windy out. I want to see if I could darken the camera a little bit because it is very bright. Let's see here if I can darken it just a little bit. Nah, that makes it pinker. That's about right there because this guy's got blue in it. Let's go bright. No, too bright. This new camera, I love it. The only thing I don't like is I can't get the colors to actually match outside. Oh, it's not that dark. Okay. Out there. There. I think that should work. Hopefully that's not too pink or purple. I try to get it lined up. We have storms coming. Let me show y'all what we have on the way. So we'll go over my trusty map, Vindy. We can see we had a lot of storms down here, but this was the big storm that went through, and then we had storms before that, and this just sort of disappeared. It dilapidated. I want to show y'all what I caught the other night. Now that was down here where you see this round circle at. Okay, hold your horses. We get there. Okay, so first we got some storms incoming here. Not major, not big. I doubt there's any warnings. Let's look. I'm going to look on warnings and see if there's any warnings for anything. And there's only one warning, and that's down there in Georgia. So it's not very big, but it's located over a valley moving east at 35 miles an hour. Then you have some special marine warnings. But this is Harris, Meriwether, and Troop. So that is down here. But look at this. Can you see the round circle there? Just look really close, okay? Now look really close when it comes back again. You see the outer round rings here? Okay, so just wondered if y'all noticed that. Check that out, okay? Right from the middle. Guess what you got right there? Oops, I did that the wrong way. Right there, in the middle. Anybody else notice that, or was it just me? Those are radars, and the radar is putting out these round circles. So, didn't notice if anybody else had noticed it, but I noticed it. So anyway, what I saw the other night, I posted it as a video on YouTube for anybody who wants to see it. And I noticed it lasted for a day and a half. And then I caught something else after it had ended. So I shared it to Ron on EMA because I noticed, see all these little words here? It says no data. Okay. That was a radar that was malfunctioning, so to speak, okay, over Mexico. But you can see the round circles that were being had just now over Georgia. I wonder if they're going to say that that radar is malfunctioning as well. I mean, and it's funny that that storm disappears as fast as it does on Windy. I just wonder. Anyway, I'm going to let this run for a little bit. I've got to go make myself some lunch real fast. I don't know what I'm going to have. It might be some mashed potatoes with some butter. Don't know. Have no idea. I tell you what, I don't want to see another bowl of ice cream as long as I live. I've seen enough ice cream to last me a few centuries now. Let's see. I'm going to try to get this purple out of the stream. There you go. Okay. So we're less purple now, less of a royal color. And I will be right back. Enjoy the chat room. You may talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't know where my moderators are today. Just keep it polite and civil and enjoy each other's company and talk about earthquakes, weather, and anything else that you would like to talk about. I will be right back. By the way, you guys, happy Memorial Day to everybody who is celebrating Memorial Day, to everybody who is missing a loved one. Um, I wish you all a happy day. Man, watching these clouds, they're huge today. And this wind. I don't know how well y'all can see the wind, but if you're watching the tree up here, you can see it moving. I don't know if I'm having any problems, any glitches with my YouTube today. I hope not. It seems a little slow on my end, but when I'm looking at my OBS, it's doing good. Just remember, y'all are a few seconds behind me. And yeah, y'all are gonna see some birds, bees, might see some planes. I don't know because of all the cloud cover. Um, I know we're gonna see a storm here in a little bit. Welcome to the chat room to whoever is entering the stream. I appreciate you being here. Remember to subscribe, hit like. Um, I appreciate it. What do y'all think of this new camera? I mean, I like it, but I don't like it's a 1080p streaming camera, but I don't like the graphics from it. I'm wishing that it was more clear than it was and that I could get the colors perfect. I would love to have perfect colors on this camera, and it's just not. But I guess the saying goes, you get what you pay for. This was a $70 camera and not the best. And I still don't like the purple on it. It's too much purple. Should be blue. The sky is like I don't know, the lightest color blue. And what I'm seeing is purple. But when I try to go back any further, it makes it gray. So there was a 4.7 in the Loyalty Islands 40 minutes ago. There was a 4.1 off the coast of Chiapas, Mexico. That was 38 minutes ago. And there was a 2.0 Hawaii, Hawaii. There was a 3.0 in Alaska. That was an hour and 28 minutes ago. And there was a 4.4 in the Gulf of Mexico. And we look at that 4.4 in the Gulf of Mexico, that occurred 4 hours and 13 minutes ago. And then you have the 3.5 in California, which occurred 2 hours and 3 minutes after that 4.4. So, yeah, Gulf of California causes the earthquakes to California. All right, I'll be back. So you guys want to see something cool? See, something I didn't know and something I'm learning is there is more than one Grand Canyon in the United States. Did you know that? Okay, so let me show you something cool. So we're going to pull up Google Earth here. Now they've changed Google Earth, so I'm still learning how to use this one now because this is a new one and it doesn't have the little button that I can toggle for movement. So I don't like this as much anymore, but this one's good for viewing stuff on. So check this out. There is Providence Canyon State Park. So let's do 3D here. And we're going to go, I'm going to turn this off, push our little man here, and we're going to go, to a few separate little places. So let's go to, where's the first one going to be that we're going to go to? We're going to go to there. It's a little house, but this is the park itself. So we want to view the Grand Canyon part. So let's see here. Let's go to this one. This is down in the canyon area. This is in Georgia. And it's a smaller Grand Canyon. It's not as big as the Grand Canyon, but it is smaller. And the way that I found out about it was by watching a channel on the YouTubes. Check this out. It's not as big as the Grand Canyon, though, but I think it's just as cool looking and it's closer to where I live. So I heard that there are three. Of course, y'all know about the one in Wyoming. And then there is one in Utah. And then there's the one here in Georgia. I'd like to go visit this one. I think that would be really cool. And apparently they have camping there as well. So you can go camping. But I didn't know how many people actually knew about this. So when you look, all these little spots are places that people have visited and taken pictures. And then they have the Pioneer Campsite, which is over here. And then these are the canyons. But I'm curious what created the canyons themselves. Because I'm thinking water. I mean, let's go to the Grand Canyon, okay? Grand Canyon. Um, Grand Canyon National Park. There we go. This is the Grand Canyon. You can tell how big the Grand Canyon is. Okay, let's see here. I guess anywhere along there. We'll go here. So this is the Grand Canyon. This is the Grand Canyon. But let's see. Utah. Utah Canyon. They are slot canyons. That's what they're called in Utah. You have Ruby Canyon, Salina Canyon, Salt Canyon. There's 101 more of the canyons in Utah. Those canyons, Buckskin Gulch is the longest and deepest of the slot canyons. So let's see here. We'll find Buckskin Gulch, which is over here. These are canyons. So then you have the canyons here. Of course, you have the canyons over in Wyoming. I think that they were all created by water, and they're also main tributaries. So yes, water, a tributary of the Colorado River. So let's see here. Um, do they have? Yes. Okay. So we'll go to this one here. This is Paria Canyon. So this is in Utah. Check that out. Is that cool looking or what? Okay, so can't really see through that. I thought there was a picture on the wall here for a minute. It was pareidolia because that looks like a running person. My eyes playing tricks on me here. Of course, an airplane going overhead. So that's just part of that canyon there. That's the Buckskin Gulch. That's the one we wanted to go look at. So let's go over here. Whoa! So besides the Grand Canyon, you have the canyon in Georgia and the canyon in Utah. And this one is one of the main tributaries of the Colorado River. This is really cool. Okay, everybody look up. I thought that was really cool because I'm learning some things that I didn't know. I only thought there was the Grand Canyon. So now when I find out that there's other canyons, that is like really cool. So what else we got here? There's like 101 of them. We saw that one already. That's the Paria Canyon campsite there. Let's go over here to this one. Then you got the river running through here. So I'm guessing that all of these tributaries created the canyons when there was more water in these areas. That's my guess. I can't say for sure, but I'm guessing. I had to do some more research. I mean, if you look at the Grand Canyon, there's water that runs through there as well. So I assume that when land was made, there were rivers and whatnot, and the water cut into the rocks and created the canyons. So this is Arizona here. So we're crossing into Arizona from Utah. So you guys see they're in Arizona too. This is cool. I'd love to have a house right here. Yep. Right in the middle of this. That would be cool. Y'all heard I'm working on moving, right? Column arch. What is column arch? And what's cool now, this is giving an area of room to the people who actually took the pictures of the video. This is Shannon Bushman did this one. That is cool. So the Buckskin Gulch is a gulch and canyon located in southern Kane County, Utah, near Arizona border with the Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs Wilderness. With a length of over 16 miles, it is one of the main tributaries of the Paria River, a tributary of the Colorado River. Tributary means, I believe, river. It's pretty big, actually. So I don't know of any other ones. So that's the three that I know of so far. You have the Grand Canyon, you have the Buckskin Gulch, the Canyonlands National Park, which is cool, and then you have the canyons that are in Georgia. Now, I didn't find much information on the canyons in Georgia other than the fact that, let me see, maybe I could find something else about it. Um, because it's the Providence Canyons in Georgia. So I'm going to see what else I can learn. See, the other thing is 4 miles up the Providence Canyon near Logan, and that's in Utah, UT, near Logan, UT, are a couple of pretty waterfalls. Providence Canyon State Park. Um, says unpack your hiking shoes for a trek around Georgia's most beautiful and notable natural wonders. Georgia's Little Grand Canyon is a testament to the power of man's influence on land. Massive gullies are as deep as 150 feet, were caused simply by poor farming practices during the 1800s. Yet today they make some of the prettiest photographs within the state. The rare plumleaf azaleas grow only in this region and bloom during the July and August when most azaleas have lost their color. Let's put this back in here real quick and we can go back to it again. That's weird that farming would have caused this. Poor farming, huh? Okay, so let's go. We'll go. I want to find one where you have a good view. That ain't it. They're over there, though. That ain't it. I had better views this morning. Okay, there we go. Okay, so says that they were caused by poor farming practices during the 1800s, yet today they make some of the prettiest photographs within the state. The rare plum-leaf azaleas grows only in this region and blooms during July and August, when most azaleas have lost their color. The canyon's soil pink, orange, red, and purple hues make a beautiful natural painting at this quiet state park. Visitors can enjoy views of the canyons from the rim trails, taking care to stay behind fences and off fragile canyon edge. Hikers who explore the deepest canyons will usually find a thin layer of water along the trail, indications of the water table below. Guests who hike to canyons 4 and 5 may want to join the Canyon Climbers Club. Backpackers can stay overnight along the backcountry trail, which highlights portions of the canyon and winds through mixed forest. So I'm looking at this, and there's a picture here. Got this picture as well. I'm trying to figure out how farming did this unless these were caused by hey Chris, what's that thing called that's in the parking lot next to our vehicle? Sinkhole. Unless these were caused by sinkholes. Just a thought. Anyway, it looks like a really neat place to live. So I'm still learning about different canyons and stuff in the United States, and thought I would share that with you guys. So let's see here. If I look up canyon, let's see if there's any more. Oh, Canyon Lake, Canyon, Texas, Canyonlands. See, that's Canyonlands National State Park in Utah. So that was the one we just looked at. And then we looked at Providence Canyon and then the Grand Canyon. So those are the only three that I've found so far, unless anybody knows of any more, which would be kind of cool. But those are the only three that I've found so far in the United States. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Um, I know I did. I was looking around at them this morning on Google Earth, and I want to give a shout out to Winter is Blue because I was watching his channel and he went and visited there, and I was like, I did not know that place existed. So I went and started looking at it on Google Earth, and I thought, well, let's share it with other people. Um, on his channel, he does van life. On his channel, he was talking about how he's been to all three of them, and that the one in Utah and the one in Georgia aren't as busy as the Grand Canyon. He said the Grand Canyon is a lot of tourists. So, anyways, I just thought I would share that. Maybe someday, since Georgia is only a state from me, maybe someday I can get my car running good enough and go there and visit and do video. I'm looking out the window, and it looks like we had a sighting issue last night. Huh, we must have gotten some good wind because there is sighting on the ground outside. Interesting. All right, you guys, I will be back. I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. If you scroll back on the live stream, I have been talking off and on. Hey, Hardneck, how you doing? How the storm's been where you been at? I guess I should look again. I haven't looked in about an hour now, so I should look and see what's coming my way because the storms here have been changing. Like, I thought we were going to get a big storm this morning, and then everything dissipated. Oh, guess what? My round circle will be back since I talked about it earlier. Well, I want to see what's in the middle since they have issues here. Guess what? We're going to go right to the middle here. And there you go. There is a weather radar. Any guesses on this weather radar? Um, Looks like it's sticking at 2.4 this time. But earlier, when I did the live stream, I showed what it looked like yesterday. Oops. I showed what it looked like yesterday. So let's see if I can pull that up again. There you go. You can see yesterday it showed there was no data at all. And this was what it looked like for 1.5 days before yesterday. Okay. So today, to see that that's back, it's quite interesting. And my Wendy just popped off. What the heck? Okay, Wendy, you're not being leaving here. Okay, so you can see that it's back on here again. This makes me question a lot of things. Maybe they're trying to restart it. Maybe they're trying to repair it. Or maybe they're creating some more storms. Yeah, because check down here. Down here this morning, I caught a nice round circle. If you look close, it was earlier in the stream, so I don't know if we're going to see it anymore. But I noticed everything passing through it disintegrated. Interesting, right? Look how these disappear. Whoosh, 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 gone. You're in Oklahoma. Storms have been bad, but looks like other states have gotten hammered. Where I am in Oklahoma, not too bad. I'm happy. I was worrying about people that were out that way. I do know some people that live in Oklahoma. Thank God none of them have had to deal with tornadoes. And then I also have extended family that lives in Illinois, and been worrying about them there as well. Anybody noticing how these storms are vaporizing? Look at them just disappearing. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. But it could be because of 72 degrees. I don't know. But this has got me seeing some movement in here. And yes, that is being caused by a radar station. Oh, wow. That's that's horrible. Yep. These storms this year have been crazy. Usually, like, let me tell you, 2011, when we got that tornado, that's when we had all these storms that came across this area and caused massive tornado outbreaks. And then we got tornadoes in our area as well. Wonder what the wonder what tornado HQ is saying. Well, if you look down here on the coast of North Carolina, Craven, Jones, and Onslow has a severe thunderstorm warning. And then Harris, Meriwether, Talbot, and Upton, GA has a severe thunderstorm warning. And that's over here. Looks like they've got actually two of them. Is it two or three? Yeah, two. But it looks like we're set for less weather, thank God. Let's see what could be cooking. Well, if you're watching the storms that are going to pop up over here, they'll probably cause more outbreaks as they grow. You can see the storm down here. And then looking out here into the ocean, you can see the storms coming off of Africa. So I'd believe it if there's a tropical depression out here starting, especially down here. Check this out. Wonder which way that's going. Let's see here. Wait till my thing starts moving. That's going into the Gulf of Mexico. So it'll cross land and into the Gulf of Mexico. So hopefully we don't have a tropical system coming into the Gulf of Mexico here. Let's look at weather.gov and see what they say. Nope, not seeing anything yet. Not yet. So let's check Storm Prediction Center. Storm Prediction Center says that we are going to have a slight chance of tornadoes down here in Texas, marginal chance up here, and slight chance on the East Coast. I think it's very slight chance because I'm not seeing much happening on the East Coast unless we get storms that build up over the afternoon. And that should be it for that. I am too hard neck, but you know what? All you can do is be prepared for them. If you know that there's a warning in your area, get to safety immediately and stay there until that warning is over with. That is the best way to actually deal with that. We had a warning here about a week ago, And my friends were all yelling to me, "Get to safety now, get to safety now." But I was looking at the box. The watch box showed that the box came up to the Cape Fear River, which is a half mile behind my house. So I didn't feel that I was in any danger. So I didn't go hide. But if that watch box had been over my area, I would have gone and sat in my bathroom for the 20 minutes that it took for it to go away. So when you have a tornado warning, it's best to seek cover. So, you guys, if you're new here, please like, subscribe, share the channel. That is how I grow on YouTube. Also, a little update. I have turned on monetization. It is not because I wanted to. It is because I learned something. YouTube is not pushing my videos and my updates out to people unless I do. And it's messed up, but I have learned the hard way that when I am monetizing my videos, YouTube is pushing my videos out for you, my viewers, to know that I'm live. But if I don't, then YouTube will not let people know that I'm live. It will not put out that I have done a video. And I I will show you this so that you will know what I'm talking about. This is my creator dashboard. I show my content here, even though this one's monetized 88. So I started monetizing 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I started monetizing on the 25th. So you can tell before that I wasn't monetizing. What happened was I got 36, 88, 19, 39. But before that I was getting 12, 14, 4, 37, 28, 31, 25. Well, for the lives, I want to know that people are actually viewing. So you can see for the monetized video, the one monetized video that I did for the 21st, 71. YouTube is actually pushing my monetized videos because you can see 15, 64, 12, 22. Even though I post them on Facebook groups and Twitter and everywhere else that I should be posting them, YouTube is not putting my videos out there unless I am. You don't have to worry about that because until I make $100 on YouTube, I don't make a dime anyway. And what I do with the money I get from monetizing, I will probably put it into getting another camera. They had my hours stuck not moving for a few years. Now I am starting over again. Oh, that's horrible. Is that what YouTube was doing for you? YouTube's a mess. YouTube is a mess. I'm going to tell you that right now. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, it's about the best place to be able to post videos. So I'm not going to complain about that. I've tried Rumble. I tried DLive. I tried Twitch. I didn't like any of them. I didn't like their upload rules. I didn't like that I couldn't, it wasn't as easy to put a video up. You had to do like a whole bunch of videos before you could do a live stream, which I didn't like. And then I don't like Rumble so much because does you can't really see who's watching. And I like being able to have YouTube where I'm able to know people by name. So if I'm looking at them and like Hardneck Farms, I know her by name now because of her name. Um, when I see certain people on YouTube, then I recognize them. Where um, on these other sites, people can change their name so often that you don't know who they are anymore. And I like to make it so that I feel like I'm talking to family when I'm talking to people on YouTube. So people that come back all the time, I get used to seeing them. Yes, Google, since Google took it over, it's crazy. Let me see. When I first started, it was 4 years after I started, 2 years after I actually took off live streaming. YouTube came back and I had monetized my channel and was getting ready to get my first paycheck and I was all excited about it, right? Oh, YouTube. Screw tube. Anyway, they changed ownership, changed the rules, and said you have to have, yes, you have to have 2,000 subscribers, okay? And you have to have, what was it, 1,000 streaming minutes or something like that, right? Everybody who had YouTube channels at the time then became demonetized, okay, until you met those rules. So any money you had made with YouTube, you immediately lost, okay? I was $4 away from my first payment, right? And it was like my first $100, but hey, I worked for it, made lots of videos, and I was proud of what I was creating, right? When they took that away, I almost quit making videos. I was like, okay, you know, $100 is not a lot of money, to be honest, but it was something I had worked towards, right? I'm not a big YouTube channel. And you lost the feed, you were bad mouthing people. What? No, not you. So anyway, I lost that, had to start over again, and it took me another 4 years to make my first $100 on YouTube. And I spent that making a payment towards this computer. So that was a little over a year ago. I got my first 100 on YouTube. And I haven't had any payments since then because I decided at that time I actually got frustrated with YouTube because here's a point. When you're doing videos and putting out information and trying your hardest, okay, YouTube takes about half of what you make, okay? If somebody sends you a super chat and it's $15, let's say $15 super chat, you get $7.50 of it, okay? That is what you're getting, but you're not going to get that until you make your next $100 because YouTube's going to hold on to it. And you know, they're making money, they're making bank while you're making nada. Okay, so while you're making videos and they're making money off you and running ads and everything on your stuff, they're making money, you're making nothing. I don't call that a partnership. So I decided the other day, I realized that they had been dropping my views on my YouTube channel. And I was like, okay, so if I turn on monetization and, you know, play along with them, maybe then they'll start pushing my videos out again. And they have, thank God. And so I'm going to keep on going. If I'm doing live streams each day, I will just let y'all know the days that I'm not. Right now, I'm looking potentially at tomorrow. I may not because I have to take my son into a doctor's appointment. Definitely not. I don't think it's going to be the 30th, maybe the 31st. I'll definitely be here on Wednesday. Um, Saturday, I will more than likely be here. Sunday, I am taking a day off. And then Monday, I go back in to see my surgeon again. So we'll see about Monday because Monday I have to be at my surgeon at 10 a.m. So probably Monday afternoon because you know, you guys, I'm going to come back here and let y'all know what's going on. Um, Then fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, I will definitely be here. So of course, I'm going to be letting y'all know the dates that I'm live streaming. I might just turn my computer on and live stream, even though I'm not here. So just know that if I'm not chatting and not talking, is because I can't, because I'm probably not sitting at my computer and able to talk to you guys, but leaving my stream up so that y'all can have information and data. How's that work? I think that would be best. And then y'all can check in here anytime you want because my live stream will have Earthquake 3D on there. I may even put up EMSC so y'all can see the earthquake data as it comes in. And I'll definitely put up my camera because, we never know when we get a nice thunderstorm. So, hey, Broken Fish, how are you doing? I have done quite a few little things this morning. If you scroll back, I show all three canyons here in the United States. And I talked about the weather, and I talked about the fact that eh, I talked about the fact that the oh, the radar is showing a glitch in Mexico again. So it's back glitching again. And yeah, I'm just wondering how many storms might be being created. And then I was talking about the fact that I caught round circles. So if you go and you look back further, when I was talking about the weather coming through Georgia first this morning, I showed a round circle around the one storm. And it was funny because all the storms disintegrated since then, except there is still one storm warning in Georgia. And I believe there's one other one. Was it Pennsylvania or Wisconsin? Let me see. Let's see if it's still live. Nope, the other one is in North Carolina. Sorry, yeah. There's one in North Carolina and one in Georgia. But all the storms have since disintegrated. Um, the highest areas for tornado warnings today are, of course, Oklahoma, Texas, and marginal chance or slight chance on the East Coast. So I guess we'll have to watch out later in the afternoon for storms. And you guys, I'm sorry if my video is still purplish. I can't fix it any better than I have because every time it starts getting a little darker out, it gets purple. And then every time it gets light out, it becomes the right color. So I don't know how to fix that anymore. Wendy, I will try to remember your name. Hardneck Farms equals Wendy. So what else? Yeah, that storm that woke me up this morning, that made me jump. I'm gonna tell you what, it just went boom. The house shook, and I was like, I'm awake, I'm awake. And then Penny sitting on top of me, looking at me like, no, you weren't awake the whole time. And of course, I got up, checked the weather, and the storm was just about over with. So I was happy about that, but poor little Penny was shaking. She does that. Whenever it's like really stormy, she will jump up on top of me and she'll just be sitting on me. And I'm like, well, maybe either she wants to get closer or she wants to hold me down. I don't know which one. So Windows 11 version 24H2 is approaching public release after final testing phase. I don't think I want another version of Windows 11. I think it's fine the way it is. You guys, Papua New Guinea had a landslide yesterday, and It buried more than 2,000 people. So let's keep Papua New Guinea in prayer. All right, and they have recalled a snack mix. Um, it is peanuts and pretzels. It's Papa Nosh Mix, AMB Foods, and it contains wheat. So they have recalled it to keep people from getting sick. Okay, so anybody want to know what the state with the most tornadoes is for this year so far? And this data is coming from, oh, there's a bird out there. This data is coming from the National Geographic Administration. So there are 12 states with the most tornadoes. And there are 12 states with the most tornadoes in 2024 so far. Texas has had 96 tornadoes so far. That is number one on the list. Iowa has had 88 so far this year. Nebraska has had 80. Oklahoma has had 72. Kansas has had 70. Missouri has had 66. Ohio has had 66. Illinois has had 51. Florida has had 42 this year. Wow. That's a lot for Florida. Alabama has had 39. Indiana has had 35. Louisiana has had 32. And that makes Texas the most so far. That's a lot of tornadoes, you guys. Just wonder how many of those were counted that actually went from one state to the other state. You have to count that as two separate tornadoes when it hits from one state to the other state, or is it still just one tornado? Good question. I am watching this bird, or whatever it is, flying around the front of the camera. Did y'all see it? Might be a bee. It's still a little bit windy out. Please, please, please don't be a spider. Are y'all seeing it? And no, I'm not recording the stream today. There, you'll see it again in a second. I'm not recording my video camera today. I don't know what that is in front of the thing. I have no idea, no clue. But there is definitely something outside the window. Yeah, I had been making videos with the sky scenes in the last few days, and they were like really sped up and showing the cloud movements and stuff. The last one that I did, I believe it was the last one that I did, at the very end of the video, you can see what looked like rotation. That was really interesting. It was the same day that we had a watch going on here. Hey guys, if you're on the channel, please remember to hit like, subscribe, share, and help me grow my channel. And as I said again, I am sorry you probably had to watch a video ad, but I have turned on monetization on my live streams so that I can make sure that YouTube is pushing my videos and my updates out to people. That is because there are times when I will talk about things that are important and to get information out there to you guys. And I want to make sure that YouTube is telling people, hey, she's live. No more playing around with YouTube. Broken Fish, thank you. And I'm sorry we have purple clouds. Let me see. I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to play with the camera again. And we'll see what we can do this time. Because it's gotten lighter outside. Contrast, contrast, contrast. Maybe the contrast is what the issue is. What I did is I turned the saturation almost all the way down. We'll try it that way. Is it day-night setting all good? I I've tried everything so far. There is no day-night setting on the camera. So, and notice, so far I've done everything I can to try to get the purple off of there. But I noticed that when it's darker out, then it's more purplish. But when we have the blue sky and it's nice and sunny out, the colors seem fine. So I don't know what to think of it. I don't know what to make of it. Like I said, you get what you pay for when it's a camera. If you're paying like I did, I paid for the camera. It cost $70. I was expecting to have better than what I've got right now. My last camera that I had, just set it up. The last camera I had, all I had to do was set it up. I didn't have to mess with colors or any of that. With this one, it's been a headache trying to get the colors correct for live streaming. And right now, that's about what it looks like outside. My biggest thing is I would like to have it clear so that when I'm showing you guys the picture, y'all can see the trees are brighter green. I want it to pop. I want it to be the right colors. But I can't even get the trees to go green. So please forgive me if the colors aren't perfect. I am sure I am doing something wrong. I don't know what. I even messed around a little bit with my what do you call it? Let me see if I can find it so I can give you the right name. I even messed a little bit with the NVIDIA settings, the card settings to try to see if that was an issue. And the difference is this is a gaming computer and the camera is, let me see if I can find the box for it. If I still have it, I do. The camera is a 180p Pro Stream webcam. And so it's designed for serious streamers. But here's the issue. The color is SHIT. That's all I got to say about that. Now, if I could find some blue sky, then I could actually know whether the blue sky is good. See, look, I have purple in there again. Okay, let's try this again. Da, 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 da. Mm. Huh. We could just go purple. Everything's in purple. Just name this stream the purple stream. Well, that's as good as I'm getting it, I think. I will play with it again after I get some sunlight out. Yeah, it tries to go into night mode. That means you're going to be a window washer. LOL. You know what? I was wishing that they would come and fix the windows. Like, I talked to my apartment complex and asked them when they were going to come and literally clean the outside of the building. Because the only thing I could do is clean the inside of the glass. So I might be picking up some refraction, which I would like them to come and clean. So if there's a haze on the outside of the window, then that's not the issue. And if I open the window, then we're going to see screen. So I don't want to show the screen when I'm trying to show video. Y'all can see it's windy out there though. I don't know what the wind gusts are right now. Let's take a peek. No, that's not it. Well, it's supposed to be 88 degrees today and wind gusts of 25 miles per hour. Right now, 10 miles per hour. Show y'all this. So right now, I think it's 10 miles per hour at 1:14 p.m., which is what time it is. Wind gusts of 25 miles per hour. Feels like 88 degrees. Humidity's 52. So it's supposed to stay. Let me see. Wind gusts 34, 34, 33, 32. So it looks like the wind gusts will drop down, which is good because you can see current is up here. So right now, wind gusts are above 30 miles per hour, 34 miles per hour. So yeah, we're dealing with wind gusts. Okay, now it's getting brighter out, so let's see what I can do here. Since now it's purple out. Ha. Ha. There. How's that? I think that's better than purple clouds. That's about what it looks like outside. Okay, you guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta go take my medicine real quick. Okay, I'm back. I'm looking at the backside. I'm looking at EMSC. Romania has had a 2.8, 134 kilometers deep. So to me, that tells me that Romania should be having another earthquake. So we're going to expect around a 4.1 to 4.4. Antofagasta, Chile has had a 3.6 at 111 kilometers deep. So that's put us about a 4.7. California has had another 2.1 earthquake, 17 kilometers deep. I don't know what's up with Antofagasta, Chile lately. They had a 3.9 this morning, 268 kilometers deep. So we're looking probably for about a 5.0 in Chile. I'm not even going to forecast where. I'm just saying that because of the deeps, they can expect another earthquake. Now, anything that has to do with the Gulf of California, you can expect that to affect the lower half of California. I'm having coffee right now. You know how good it is to have coffee after not being able to have coffee for almost 2 weeks? Oh my God, that first cup was like, wee. I enjoyed it, but I've noticed I am not drinking as much coffee as I used to. I'm actually drinking more tea now. And whenever I have, like, because of the surgery I've had, I've been regulating between cold stuff and warm stuff, which seems to have helped with the swelling. The only issue I'm still having is that jaw, and that is the right side of my jaw. I should show y'all a new picture of myself. I haven't put it on YouTube yet, though. Let's see me. I'm going to show y'all my picture. This is me. Yes, 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 yes. I know. I got a little bit of gray hairs here. We got to get the gray hairs gone. You can see I still have some swelling here, so I have chipmunk cheeks right now, and I still have swelling here. Other than that, a lot of the swelling I had has gone down. So that's me, you guys. Hope y'all enjoyed a first camera picture of me. I haven't taken a picture of me in a while since I first had surgery. Oh my God, my face was so swollen. That was me taking my son to the pharmacy yesterday to pick up medicine. So y'all don't know, my daughter ended up in the hospital yesterday. Um, she has something going on which is causing her a lot of pain. And it's 2 months ago she was in the hospital and then again yesterday. And it's causing her a lot of pain. And hopefully they'll get that figured out and put her on the right medicine so that she won't wake up like that anymore. Because she's been getting up in the morning and her feet lit out like she was on fire or something. And she couldn't stand up and she was just so bad off. So sent her down to the emergency room and she's had testing done and it's genetic. So they put her on medicine again, but they said that they're going to send her into a regular doctor and get her on medicine she'll probably have to take for the rest of her life. Didn't come from me though, thank God. Thank God I'm not giving away anything. Came from her daddy. And I'm proud of my grandson right now. He just graduated out of being in kindergarten through fifth grade, so he gets to start sixth grade this next year at middle school. Woohoo! He'll be going to my daughter's and my son's middle school, and I already got out my daughter who's in college right now, said I could give him the sweatshirts that she had from middle school and high school, and I asked her about them because if they're the same ones, I'm going to give him those so we don't have to buy brand new ones. And then he'll have the sweatshirts for school. And I'm not going to tell you what school it is. I'm just going to let you know that they're the better schools here in my town. So I'm proud of him. And then my granddaughter Skylar, she starts kindergarten this year. So I'm proud of her too. They're all growing up. If I had my camera down lower, I could show you this bird that just landed in a tree, but I don't want to show y'all where I live at because I don't want anybody coming to my home, at least uninvited. I am never against meeting people if you have a good agenda, but I don't want to meet anybody without permission. But yeah, there's a bird just landed in the tree over there, and I think it's really cool because um, it's just been sitting there. But I'm not going to put my camera down lower because then I'll be giving away my location. And there's something up on the light post. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's right here. But I can't figure out what it is. It might be a bird, but I don't know. It's not moving. And y'all get to see a big bird just flew across the camera. The winds don't seem too bad, even though they're saying that they're 34 miles an hour. There's another bird going to fly over. I don't know if it's going to fly into the camera, though. There it is. It just landed up on the light post. That is a crow that's up there. No, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Yes, I was just playing with the camera a little bit, trying to get it to come into focus just a little bit better. I would have loved y'all. Y'all saw that bird that was up there on the light. See, that's why I want one of those cameras where I can like zoom in on stuff. That would be awesome. But I don't know how much one of those costs. Um, I would love. There's all these birds over there around the light post now. Did you see them? They were chasing the crow. So I'm pretty sure the crow got into one of their nests. And the crow is now hanging out on top of the light post. I think those are crows. They're the crows or they're blackbirds. One of the other things that we have here in Fayetteville, where I'm from, is pigeons. And a long time ago, I used to own the racing pigeons. And told the guy when I first got it from where he was at, he told me if it ever got loose, it would find its way back to him. And they do. They will fly back to where they were bred at. So a lot of people don't know this about racing pigeons. If you buy them, they will home back in on where they came from, and they will fly back to the breeder who bred them. Still think that that's too bright. Let's see here. I think that that is too bright. I'm starting to see some blue sky here. Oh well, that's about where I give up at. Y'all can have some purple sky for a little bit. And then when it gets blue out, then it'll be bluer. Because it is really cloudy out there. Hopefully that makes it better to see that light post. So the looks like the blackbird has taken off. This is that time of year where you'll see the birds fighting with each other over their nests and stuff. I think that camera's changing its own colors, maybe? That's weird. Why can't I just set it and have it stay set? It might be because of the light outside affects the camera itself. That might be what it is. Anywho, okay, so there has just been a 3.0 earthquake in Mendoza, Argentina, and it was 133 kilometers deep. Morning, George. How are you doing this morning? Me, I am sky watching, bird watching, bee watching, storm watching, radar watching. We have Winds here, they're supposed to be 34 miles per hour. I think that the winds here are actually pretty good. They're not as strong as they are stating they are. And it's a nice 80 degrees outside. And they're saying it's mostly cloudy. Is that like a half glass, half full, half empty? And you just got up. How are you doing this morning? Are you feeling better? Boy, that's a big earthquake down here, huh? I was just looking down there. I think that's that 6.8 that was down there in Tonga, and then they had a 5.0 after that. Remember the other day I said that it was the week of fives, right? Well, the week of sixes started that night. So we're in the week of sixes, and next week it'll either go to sevens or it'll go back to smaller earthquakes. Because I have figured out that each week seems to have a different size correlating. So the week of sixes will either end with a seven. Don't get me wrong. I think that 6.8 was probably bigger than that 6.8. Okay, so we have some wind again. I think the view looks better. I still don't like the fact that I can't get the trees to be green. They just look dark and ominous. Not too bad, but rotten to the core. Yes, you're always rotten to the core. 102. Oh my God. That's horrible. Well, I hope you find some shade and some coolness and make sure you drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. This week we're supposed to have 90s, but then again, it says it's supposed to cool back down, so I don't know which one it is. So you guys, I've actually told y'all that I want to move, and I've been looking at houses, online, trying to figure out because I pay enough right now for rent that I could actually buy a house, but I'd have to come up with the money for deposit for for moving or even to buy a house. And I found a house which I wish I could buy, and it's 160,000, which isn't bad. It has a garage and it has a, what do you call it? A tiny home in the backyard and another garage. And I was looking at it and I was like, "Oh my goodness. It's what do you call it? A manufactured home with a porch and a back porch." But I would be paying less per month than I am now. Isn't that crazy? I would be paying less per month than I pay for rent. There's something wrong with this world when renting an apartment costs as much as buying a home. There's something wrong with that. Yeah, that one in Tonga was a 6.6, I believe, with USGS, a 6.8 with the MSC. And if you look at the data on it, I think it was bigger. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. Let's see here. Earthquake information. Tonga. Let's see. South of Tonga, Tonga, Tonga. It was 6.6. You're right. It shows 6.6, so I guess it was downgraded. But then again, they had a 5.7, a 4.6, 4.4, 4.8, 5.3, 4.4, 5.0, 6.6, 5.0, 4.5. And that 6.6 hit on the 26th, and the 5.0 was on the 26th, and the 4.5 was on the 27th. It'd be nice to view the data on that one, but I'd have to go back 20 hours just to look at the data for that earthquake. And I didn't look at it when it popped up, and I should have. I just saw the magnitude go across the screen. Mendoza, Argentina has just had a 3.1, 130 kilometers deep. I'm watching the trees down further towards like my office area, and a few minutes ago, they were moving more than the two trees that are up by my house. But when you're looking at the two trees that are by my house that are showing on the camera, those are pine trees, and it takes an awful lot of um, wind for them to actually move. It was upgraded from what? From a 6.2? Is that USGS or EMSC? I just remember seeing it on EMSC. Now you know they upgrade, downgrade, upgrade, downgrade, and then you get EMSC and USGS eventually meet up with the numbers. But if you look back in a few months, it might have changed again. Sorry, you guys. It is not a beautiful day outside today. At least it's not raining. It was raining a little earlier. Oh no, that a bird? There might be a bird above the window. Yep, that was a bird. USGS or US, or as Ron would call it, USBS. Yep, USBS. United States Bull Service. We interrupt this broadcast for the announcements. The announcements are please like, subscribe, and share. Please hit that like button as many times as it takes to go up. Below the video, you will see links to PayPal and MeWe and Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. We also have a mailing service below, and the link to the article no longer exists because that was for another video, and the person who owns this channel became lazy and forgot to remove it. Oops. Then we also have the U.S. Section Code 107, which says fair use, notwithstanding the provisions of the Section 106 and 106A, the fair use of copyrighted work, included such by reproduction in copies or phono records or by any other means specified by that section for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. It is not an infringement of copyright, meaning anybody may take this video and use it for their own misunderstanding. Thank you and have a nice day. Ooh, big cloud coming over the house. Looks like a claw dropping down. We had a fire here around the AZ wetlands. Weird. Wetlands? Why would, okay. Did somebody set a fire or the wetlands? Hmm. Interesting. Yes, it's that time of season for fires where people need to be careful about their outdoor activities. If you are outside making a campfire, make sure you are putting it out correctly. Don't throw things out your windows if you're a smoker. Don't throw your cigarette out on the ground because that can catch on fire. It was arson. That's awful. That just destroys things for other people. Man accused of starting wildfire in natural preserve near Arizona. Yuma, Arizona. Yuma man has been arrested for allegedly starting a wildfire in the National Wildlife Preserve in southwest Arizona near the California border, according to authorities. Yuma County Sheriff's officials said 47-year-old Jason Bradley Martin remains jailed on suspicion of arson, criminal damage, and other charges. They announced Saturday night that Martin was identified as a suspect in the case and taken into custody. The county's jail website did not list an attorney for Martin as of Sunday. The wildfire was reported around 2 p.m. Saturday in the Imperial National Wildlife Refuge, which was established in 1941 to protect 30 miles of mostly wetland habitat along the lower Colorado River. Authorities said the blaze was 20% contained after burning nearly 2 square miles of vegetation along the Arizona side of the Colorado River in Yuma, Arizona County. Multiple agencies, including the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Federal Bureau of Land Management, responded to the scene to assist firefighting crews on Saturday. Well, I hope that he gets the maximum punishment if he has been and is charged and found guilty. So do I, Broken Fish. So do I. And I don't see why people think that it's okay to start fires. What are they trying to do? I mean it's It ruins wildlife. It ruins nature. It damages lives. It impacts so much. Like I say, when you're going outside and you're doing anything outside during the summer, use caution, use common sense. He's got to go to court on Tuesday. Good. And if he's guilty, I hope they throw the book at him. I'm getting tired of these firebugs. I mean, look what's happened in California. And they blamed the electric company. They said that the electric company was responsible for the fires in California. I hope that they have to rebuild the trees and the forestry. Okay, a big bird just flew into that tree. One of the things I've seen here before were hawks. Those were cool. You know, something I have not seen that I know we have is owls. Anyway, like I said, I've been looking at houses and I've been trying to find a house. And when I do find a house, I want to find one that has a tree. And I want to be able to hang feeders for hummingbirds so that I can do a stream cam so that y'all can watch hummingbirds feeding the feeders. I think that would be cool. My sister also used to put out the fires. She did search and rescue and work with the fire department. And she's had to go, used to go all over the country. Broken Fish says he's lost good friends trying to put out fires started by dumbasses. Yep, good word for him. I mean, well, you know, not all fires are started on purpose, but if you use caution, you put out the fire that you start, if you're like cooking outdoors and you put it out correctly, then you're not going to have a fire. I mean, we used to go camping when I was younger, and there's a correct way to put out any fire that you start for cooking. There's a correct way to build a campfire. There's a correct way to put it out. You don't just assume that it went out. You make sure you put it out. And that's by putting dirt on top of it. Oh, that's cool, George. I bet you've seen a lot of stuff. My sister's told me some horror stories. She told me about one time they had to get underneath this tarp like thing because the fire came up on them. And she said it was the first time she ever did that, and it was really scary. I should show you guys this house that I'm interested in because I'm not going to move to it, but I think it's cool looking. So I think I'll show you because, you know, I'm not going to be able to get it anyway, but it was a thought. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is the house. We'll get to the backyard in a minute. I thought it was really cool looking. I like the wooden fireplace there. And trust me, I'm not so much into manufactured homes, but this one's nice looking and it looks like the people built onto it. That's the back porch. You know what I would do with the back porch? I would screen it in. That'd be me. And it's got a drive up parking area here. And then that's the garage. And apparently it's got another room off to the side. And then this is the tiny home. I'd stick one of my kids in there. And then that's the little shed over there with another parking area and the backyard, driveway. That's the deck, the porch, bedroom, closet. You know what I would do with this dining room area here? I'd probably turn it into like a mini office. That'd be me. Then it's got a primary bedroom, closet, bathroom. Then it's got a big laundry room. And I'm betting that is for your food pantry. And that's the kitchen area. And then this is the shed, which is like the tiny house. Then this is the garage with the other room here. What y'all think? That's what it looks like. But does it have a mother-in-law house? That's what I'm thinking. I'd put all my kids in the house and I would move into that little tiny house. That'd be me. I have my own separate area away from everybody. But then I was thinking about it, and I could probably get my brother-in-law and them to help me, and I could turn that garage into a mother-in-law house. So then I'd have two houses on the same property. Then I could move my son and my daughter, and they could stay in the house with me. Yeah. But it's a $5,000 down for the what do you call it? It's $5,000 and then um for the I guess for the contract or whatever they call it. And then you pay your amount per month. It's a nice house though. It's the only one that I've seen so far that I like, and I've been looking at these houses that this guy's been sending me for years. They would have me running all the time. I would stay away from them all the time. The reason to get a house is because my granddaughter, and this is the thing, it's not just the fact that this place doesn't respect disabled people, okay? And I'm living upstairs, and I'm tired of living upstairs because I'm tired of climbing stairs when I have stenosis in my back. My biggest other reason for wanting to move is so that my granddaughter can have her own room because she is staying in the room with her mother and she is 5 years old and I want to be able for her to have her own room and space and a yard and all the normal things that a 6 year old, 5 year old, she'll be 6 here this year, that a 6 year old should have. Plus, outdoor place. My dogs can go outside and have plenty of room to run. And it's pretty big. So, yeah. So, I was talking to my family about it, and we were trying to figure out how we could come up with the down for a house, but it's not going to be until June of this next year that I really need to move because I don't want to break my lease and have problems with any of that. I don't want to leave here owing anything. But this is just one of the houses I was looking at. It's the first one I've actually seen that I actually liked. But I'm pretty sure that's not a house I'm going to move to because I can't afford it right now. But I thought I'd share it with you guys. Then I get out of this crazy place I'm living at, be able to spread out some and get further away from my children Because, my son lives with me. My son helps with paying the rent. And my daughter lives with me until she can get herself together. Hopefully she'll be going back to work here soon, but we're working on transportation for her so that she's not using my van all the time. Because she likes to do DoorDash, which is actually good money. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a matter of my car. I don't trust my car for her to be going 24/7 with the vehicle. And then, yeah, I want to have my granddaughter to have her own room for once. So nothing wrong with dreaming. Dreaming is good. Gives me something to hope for in the future. Not be stuck in this place forever. I have lived here now going on 9 years. 9 years too long. Yes, I know, George, and I've already told them that. And they told me that if I want to move to a three-bedroom apartment, I will be paying $250 more per month. Okay? And there is no way I'm going to do that. I am not going to pay for an apartment that's the same size as mine downstairs for $250 more per month. Just not going to happen. And if I want a three-bedroom, oh my God, it's going to cost me $1,500 per month. A house, buying a house costs $1,029 a month. I'd rather pay that than $1,500 per month. Yes, I've lived here 9 years. And that's only because the rent here was good. I used to pay, don't get me wrong, 9 years ago I paid $500 a month. Now I'm paying $1,049 per month. Okay? The rent has gone up double since I moved in. To be honest, and I'm going to say it, I am not getting by. I'm scraping by. That's why when I'm telling y'all lately that I need help to buy the nutrient drinks that I needed, it's because of the fact that I can't afford them right now. And I forgot that I would need them. I had the surgery done, and I'm going to tell you right now, I am stressing food wise because I can't go out and buy anything until next month around the 17th. I can't go out and buy anything that I actually need. Um, so yeah, I'm stressing right now. Yep, 9 years, George, 9 years. But yep, I know that they're breaking ADA laws. They've refused to put in another handicap spot. Um, there's an interesting story around that. The other day I left to go take my son somewhere, and the people that had taken over my parking spot actually broke down. And they were out there when I came out, and they're like, "Do you have any jumper cables?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have jumper cables." And I was like, "You're stuck in the handicap spot?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'm handicapped." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "No biggie." I gave them a jump and helped them on their way, and apparently they were moving out, thank God. And so anyway, crazy story about that. Somebody else started parking there afterwards. So hey, let them have it. I'm done. I'm done with saying anything to the apartment complex. I had to put in my paperwork and stuff with the apartment complex to get the first sign. So I'm not going to fight with them again. I'm done. I won't say anything else to them because what did they tell me? We're not the parking police. And I'm like, you own the apartment complex, and I had to turn in my paperwork just to get a sign put in. And by law, for 100 apartments, they're supposed to have 6 parking spots. So they have over 100 apartments here, and I rode around and counted them for 230 apartments. They have 5 signs. Yep, you can drop water on it. You're right. That's another one. Except we use dirt because dirt seemed to smother it faster. How y'all like that purple sky? So, anyways, today is Memorial Day. Hope everybody is doing well. My my grandmother's, and this is an interesting story. My grandmother's brother was in, I believe it was the Vietnam War, and he was in a submarine. So I always look back at today because the submarine disappeared, vanished, and has never been found. So I always look back on this day and remember my grandmother. Of course, my grandmother passed away a long time ago, but I always look back on it today because of the fact that she had told me that story so many times about her brother being in the military, being on submarine, and disappearing. Purple sky, purple sky. At least we're not seeing any purple rain. There's always been a joke, you guys. I was adopted by the Temple family. And there's always been a joke that we are related to Shirley Temple. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I've always been told that. Ah, your father and stepfather were vets as well? That's awesome. So today has meaning, but it has meaning to people in different ways and different stories. And I didn't want to just write out Happy Memorial Day because it's not always a happy day for everybody. But where's the best place to spend it at? With you guys online. So let's check out some more storms. Let's see if let's see if there's still an issue in Texas. Ta-da! There is. Okay. But these storms look like they're clearing out. Probably going to have some storms over here in this area. They are saying Texas is going to have some storms. It's kind of funny to see that there's nothing there, so let's look at satellite. Satellite shows cloudiness down here. And of course, through that area where that round circle is, there's cloud cover. Looks like there's storms down here in Mexico. There's storms over here through Atlanta. Probably going to see more activity out this way as well. Interesting. So what we're seeing over my area is cloud cover. I am here, so just seeing a lot of cloud cover. Might see some blue skies today sometime, because this is blue skies here. So we'll see. That's the storm that passed us already, or actually a storm that's starting. Totally missed me. Check that out. It just disappears right there. I could do a family search, but I have done, I've actually, as y'all know, I was adopted. And I was thinking about my father this morning. I was adopted and I met my biological father back when I was 21 years old, and he was also a veteran in the military. And he's passed away now. He had a heart attack about 2016. And I met him once in my life when I was down to visit in Florida. I did a large search, met my biological mom when I was 17, and my both my two of my brothers, and then I met my biological brother again when I was in my 30s. Spent some time with them at the beach, and then went to go visit them in Virginia. And my biological mother has dementia, so she doesn't even remember who I am. And she's been living in Ohio. And then with my brother, and then my other brother and family live in Virginia, and then my biological father passed away when I was in my in 2016. So this morning I was thinking about my family I never got to know. You know, you look back in life and you realize all the things that you didn't do, that you could have done, but that you didn't do. So yeah, it hit me this morning because I was thinking back on those times, thinking, why didn't I stay in touch and get to know them more? And I think at the time it was because I was with my ex-husband and he was kind of abusive. And I didn't involve my family because he pretty much pushed most of my family away from me. That Taiwan Awenir will pass Japan, so the lower half of Japan is getting hit with a lot of rain. George says, my real father died of a massive internal bleeding, and my stepfather died of cancer. That's awful. I am so sorry. Yeah, I've dealt with cancer here in the last few years too. And I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky I was treatable. But there are a lot of people that had what I had and would not have been lucky, and I feel for them. It lets me know, there's a lot of things to be grateful for in life. There's a reason for everybody. Our walks are different, but there's a reason for everybody in this life. Everybody has a path. Hang on a minute, I'll be right back. I had to refresh my stream for myself. Thank you, you guys, for your thumbs up. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. My analytics are saying differently than my channel is saying. It says in 2 hours I have had 78 people, so that's not bad. So that's a lot more than usual, which is great. I'm guessing. Oh, and let me tell you something else. When I did the monetization the other day on the channel, I remember I complained about it before that after I did a video, it never shows me the amount of people that have actually watched. Well, YouTube, I guess if you monetize now, they'll automatically show how many people have actually watched. Huh. Oh, I am so sorry for you, George. I am so sorry. Less than 6 months, that had to have been really hard. Yeah, my grandfather and grandmother passed away within 2 years of each other. My grandfather passed away. He had something, he was my foster grandfather, but he had some kind of nerve thing. I forgot what it's called. Guillain-Barré syndrome. Um, he got that and passed away all within a few matter of hours. Um, and then my grandmother who had had cancer, she had it come back, and then she passed away a week after. So it was hard. I went down to Florida twice within a matter of 2 years. So I know how that feels, George. I am so sorry. And right in between my grandfather and my grandmother. So I went down to Florida 3 times in a matter of a few years because my foster sister Debbie, she I guess was lying out in her backyard and sunbathing, and she lived in Florida as well. And her husband came home from work and found that she passed away. Um, they think it's because she overheated, but they don't know. I went down for her funeral. She was younger than me. Um, I am I am 55 now, but back then I would have been in my 30s, and she was still only around 29. My studio tells me after every video live I do, "You're awesome, Broken Fish, but you know what? YouTube don't like me." My studio tells me, but my video usually doesn't. So when I'll go to my video and look at it, it won't tell me how many people actually watched. So when I decided to turn on the ads on my YouTube channel, it showed me immediately how many people had watched the video. And that frustrated me because I did it just to see if YouTube would actually do that, and it did. And so therefore I decided I'm going to analyze so that people know that when I did a live stream and that I had people that were actually there. Um, you lost your mother of kidney failure 10 years ago. Oh, wow. Well, considering that I'll be 55 in January, I don't feel it yet. Well, in some ways I do, but I don't look it yet. Um, I often sit back and wonder, do I have 20 years or do I have 25 years left? And I'm going to make every little bit of it count. And then I think about how I can make it count and how I can be a blessing for other people. That is important to me. I want to be able to help other people and to do things for other people. And that gives me something to look forward to. George, thank you. Sometimes I feel it, and then there's days where I don't feel young, I feel old. And that's the days that my back is killing me and my legs feel like they're about to give out. And those are the days that I feel like I'm 100. I'll tell you what, the most nerve wracking thing is being my age and having surgery. I was so nervous because I kept telling my son, what if I don't wake up? What if I don't wake up? And he told me, he said, don't worry, life will go on. And I'm like, well, that's nice. You're 11 years older than me, so you are 61. No, wait, 56, 66. Can you believe I started YouTube in my 40s? I told my son one day, I looked at him and I told my daughters, I said, I'm going to be a YouTuber. And they're like, but mom, you're not young anymore. And I'm like, so? I said, do you have to be 15 to 20 years old to actually start a YouTube channel? I said, why can't you be midlife? I mean, I'm going through my midlife crisis here. This morning I got one heck of a leg cramp. Ow. Yep. You know how life is. Everything starts hurting. One day it'll be one knee, the next day it'll be the other knee, then it'll be your back, and maybe your neck, and your shoulders. Heck, everything starts falling apart and becoming dilapidated. How about those days where you forget where you put your keys? That's me every day, though. I am bad. My son tells me, hang your keys on your lamp, right? That way I know where my keys are because I have one of those lamps that has a lamp on top and then a lamp to the side, right? And he always tells me, why don't you hang your keys up there, right? I'm horrible. I'll come in and put my keys wherever. And then later I'm going, where's my keys? And my son's always telling me, if you put your keys back where you took them from, then you'd have them. So, yep, just goes to prove. As you get older, you start losing the remembering of where you put things. Anybody want to help out? This helps me out with my channel, helps me out with everything I'm trying to accomplish, helps me to keep the internet on, the lights on, and somebody home. Mine is on my leather bag. Well, you're lucky. I have mine on a long string, and it even has a stuffed animal on it. and I'll still lose it. You know what I need? I need one of those beeper things that you put on your keys, and then when you hit the button, wherever you put it at, to find your keys, that it'll find it right away. That's what I need. My sister has one of those. George, you forget about your brains if they were in your head. Okay, so we've just had a 2.2 Greece, a 2.8 Baja California, Mexico, and a 2.1 in Hawaii. Have I ever told you guys I've been to Baja, Mexico? You go down through Los Angeles to go to Baja. Now, if you go to across from Los Angeles into Baja, what you're going to automatically see before you go into California is all these people living in boxes. They live in cardboard boxes as you go across the border. You'll see the city and then you'll see the cardboard boxes along the fence. And I remember I went down there with my ex-husband and we went to go down there with his family. We were going on vacation to go to, we went to Baja and Nayarit and some other places. And I remember telling him, why do they live like that? He said, those are the poor people. And I was like, but they don't give them somewhere to live? That was one of my first times ever being there. And I felt bad for the people that were living in the boxes, but I didn't know, there's parts of Los Angeles where people live in boxes and tents and stuff too. And I remember thinking that and wishing that they had better lives. Does that mean that I think that we should have illegal aliens in our country? No, I don't. But I think that people could help other people to do better. But I didn't know how poor Mexico was until I went there. We went and stayed with a family member of theirs, and their floors are made of dirt, and they sweep those floors and put down rugs. And I don't know. I remember staying in that house. We stayed there overnight, and I remember thinking it was really really weird. Um, it was different, but a lot of the houses down there have dirt floors. Okay, George, but Nayarit in Baja California, two of the most neatest places we went to. We went and stayed at a hotel, and they had an outdoor bar, and we went dancing at the outdoor bar, and that was really nice. It was lit up at night. Wasn't a whole lot of people. The only thing I can tell you is if you go down to Mexico, don't drink the water at all. I had a cup of water, forgot, woke up early in the morning and had a cup of water because I was really, really thirsty and immediately regretted it. I got sick, so I spent about 4 hours being sick. And yeah, just don't drink the water. And the coffee's awful. So if you're going to get coffee, make sure you buy your own coffee. Um, the food down there was really, really good. And then we went horseback riding on the beach. Those ponies, let me tell you what, you get on the ponies, and those ponies are so well trained. They will not gallop, they will not canter, they will not take off on you. They follow each other going down the beach, so you don't need to have any type of fear whatsoever. And I was told it's because the people that own and train them, they actually stay with these ponies nonstop, so they become the pack leader. And these ponies will follow them, and you don't have to have any fears of being on them. But it was beautiful. I had an awesome time being down there. The only part of the trip that I really didn't enjoy it was about, ooh, it was about 10 minutes of the trip that I really didn't enjoy. My son was about 5 years old at the time, and he decided to sneak off. And I turned my back and he turned and ran. Okay. Anyway, we went searching for him, found him, and a police officer gave us the 10th degree about how we should keep a better eye on our son. And I remember my husband at the time said, "Don't even argue with them." He said, "They will not listen to anybody, especially a foreigner." So I remember thinking, okay, didn't say anything so I wouldn't get arrested, and blew it off after that. But I was just like, that was the scariest 10 minutes of my life. And I think my son learned his lesson because he stuck to us like glue after that. And then the other place that I went to, I was about, ooh, I was in my late 20s. We went to Canada. Did we go to El Golfo? No, we didn't. Um, went to Canada in my 20s with my boyfriend, and crossed across the border, and we had to go through the checkout, and they had to make sure that all of my kids were legal, that I was taking with me into Canada, and that I had permission to travel with them even though I had custody. And I'm gonna tell you what, the drivers there were crazy. Okay, I mean there was like felt like there was no speed limit. It was people were zooming all over the place, changing lanes, turning corners, going through lights. I remember thinking I couldn't I couldn't drive. But the one thing I found out that American money was different than Canadian money. We went to we went to McDonald's to go buy food while we were there. And I remember ordering, and they said that'll be $15. And I was like, huh? And my boyfriend at the time, he said, no. He goes, that's only about $9. So I handed them American money, and they handed me back change, and I'm sitting here thinking, huh? It was cheaper than it was in the United States. So I like that part because the money difference was a lot different. So it was actually a lot cheaper. You said that's where I got to see my first shark. Oh, that's cool. What side of Mexico is that on? We went to Tecate and Nayarit and Baja California. Didn't feel any earthquakes while I was there though. We went to one other place, but I don't remember the name of it. There was some kind of parade going on, and I remember my sister-in-law at the time said that they that the town itself wasn't very touristy, so it was one of out of the way place, but there was some kind of parade going on, which was really cool. But I think I don't remember the name of the place that we went to in Mexico because of the fact that we didn't stay there. We only stopped there for like an hour or two. They were doing mostly tourist shopping for like blankets and stuff that in the United States is a lot more expensive. I mean, we bought all kinds of stuff while we were in Mexico. We bought blankets, we bought rugs, we bought some clothing. The stuff down there is like really dirt cheap, whereas you could buy a bag of bread here in the United States, probably be 50 cents in Mexico. Okay. Um, you go to buy a gallon of milk, because I know we bought a gallon of milk, and here it was $3.19. There it was a dollar. Um, it was a lot cheaper to buy stuff in Mexico than it is to buy stuff in the United States. That's why you'll still see a lot of people going across the border down to Mexico. They go down there to go shopping. Between Baja and the mainland. Yeah, I didn't get to go there. I would love to go back again, though. Yeah, you just got to be really careful down there for people that don't like foreigners. I know my ex-husband and his wife are building a house down in Mexico right now. But the difference there about owning your own land, even if you buy land down there, it still belongs to the government. So no matter what you own that you think is yours down there, is not yours. It belongs to the government. So they can come in at any time and take what you own away from you. And they don't have to pay you for it. They will just take it. Okay, you guys, give me a minute. My mouth is hurting and I gotta let it relax for a second. Okay, you guys, in the chat room, I posted my PayPal. If anybody wants to help me to buy some more nutrient drinks, which I really need, they're like nutrient shakes. I need enough to last me until the 15th of this coming month because I'm not allowed to eat any hard food at all. And that is what I've been surviving on. Um, like I said, you guys, I don't have any money right now. So that is important to me. So if you would like to help me out, I am asking and I would really appreciate it. Also, my PayPal is below my video. It'll help me out with buying more soft food. I do not want any more ice cream though. I am done with ice cream. I'm sick of ice cream. I will not try buying grits again because that didn't help. That didn't work and I don't know how to make them. More along the lines of potatoes and anything that is really soft is all I can eat right now. I can't even open my mouth all the way, so, that isn't helping. So if you can help me out, I would really, really appreciate it. Okay, had to fetch my elbow pillow. Is your elbow okay? There goes another bird up to the light stand. I think it went to the light stand. I don't see it. Where'd it go? It flew towards the light stand. This is going to be an interesting day because I'm looking at all the clouds. There's a little bit of blue up there, so let me see if I can adjust the camera again. Let's see here if I can get this blue in here. There we go. There. Now we have some blue because I'm looking at the sky now, so it's the best time to adjust the camera. Oh, well, I'm sorry you've got a sore elbow. Is that what they call goth elbow? Golfers tennis elbow. Is it tennis elbow or golfer's elbow? I don't know which one it is. The heck was that? Is that camera any better? Looks like there's a storm going around you. Yeah, there is. It's on the other side of us. So it's over in this direction. Let me see. Let's look at Wendy real quick. You can see it's actually off to this side here, and I'm here. So it's off to that side, which is, yeah, over that way. So that's where you're looking at, is this way. So you're seeing it from there. Let's see what's going to happen. Nada. But when we look at predictions for this afternoon for storm predictions, you can see this area is telling us we're going to have more storms. And this area is slight. This area, the green area, is marginal. That's for tornado activity. Then you're marginal up here as well. And then it looks marginal across here and marginal across here. Or light green, it doesn't show. So maybe it's not marginal, it's just the boxes. And that is hail probabilities here for the 27th. So there's going to be hail activity here. This is a 27th categorical list, is slight. Thunderstorm outlook is for these areas. So 40% chance here, 70% chance here, 40% chance here. The brown is 10%. Severe thunderstorm activity. This is for tomorrow. So that's going to be the New York area. I don't want any of them either, George. Don't want none, don't need none. Yep, tennis elbow. I knew it was one or the other. I always got golfer's elbow. Well, that looks bluer. The sky is bluer. It's blue-gray. So that's about right for the color. It's blue-gray outside. The camera doesn't like me, so it wants to say that the blue is purplish, which is fine. I'm just going to leave it that way. This y'all can see the cloud activity. Y'all can see earthquake 3D. We don't, thank God we don't get too much tornadoes here. I feel sorry for the people that live in the Midwest that get the tornadoes. We do get hurricanes here though. And the last few years, thank God we haven't gotten any, but it's only a matter of time until we get another big one again. What's funny is I'm looking at my streaming window, and the color is different than it is in the video, which is weird. I don't hook it through OBS, so it's two different monitors, but it's picking up on one monitor good, and on the other monitor it looks a little more purplish, which is the one that y'all are watching. So hopefully it's just the way that the monitor is set and y'all are seeing it for the right color. Fayetteville. Or you can spell it Fayettennam. That's what a lot of the old timers call Fayetteville. Vietnam. It's because we have a lot of Vietnam veterans here, and they nicknamed it Vietnam. But yep, it's Fayetteville. There's also a Fayetteville in Arkansas too. It's also below the video. If you look at my P.O. box, it's P.O. Box 9921, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm going to fix this real quick for my live stream because it's bugging me to see that article listed down there, which I don't need anymore, but it was the article about the San Andreas fault. So I'm removing that so it's not on there anymore. Okay, so that should have fixed that. And if you refresh, you'll see that it is gone. I, they call this the city of Fayetteville, but when I first moved here, it was called the town of Fayetteville. And it is one of the fastest growing cities here in North Carolina. And I think it's mostly because we have a lot of military, Air Force, Marines. We have Camp Lejeune, which isn't too far from here. So it's mostly a military town. And if you're in the military, you've more than likely been here. A lot of people go to Georgia to do their training, and then they get sent here to Fayetteville. So there's a lot of military families that live here in Fayetteville. And it's a big population here. Now, Fayetteville, it's got Fayetteville, Fort Liberty, and then you have Simmons Air Force Base, Pope Air Force Base. You have Spring Lake, Hope Mills, are all around the same area. Boy, there's a lot of bird activity. Look at this bird up here on the screen. He is riding the jet. That looked like a hawk, maybe. And I have a bird perched right up above my window. Well, that's cool. The kids are out of school as of Friday, so they're all out playing. So if you hear children, they're out playing. I have a lot of bird activity today. Me and my purple clouds. Let me try one more time with this camera. There. Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Oh no! Strong gusty winds begin at 9 a.m. It's already past 9 a.m. Let me see here. Today is the 70. Today's in the 90s. So Tuesday is going to be 89. Wednesday it's going to be 85. Thursday it's going to be 82. Friday it's going to be 79, low of 56. Saturday it's going to be 83. What I'll probably do tomorrow, since I'm not going to be here, is I will probably leave my live stream up and let people bird watch if they want to. Yeah, I have heard the heat index is going to be really hot. And the only issue that I have is I'm going to be away and driving tomorrow, and I have no AC in my car. So I'm going to be baking. I have talked my son into making me some brownies this afternoon. I hope that he does, because the ones that he makes are like really, really soft. My diet has been really bad, you guys. That's why I'm asking if you can help with helping me to get more shakes, nutrient shakes. That will help me out. Um, then I can have different flavors and keep me healthy and keep me going because I am out of the nutrient shakes that I had gotten. I am out of most every soft thing that I have, and my diet is really bad right now. Huh? One second. My daughter wants to talk to me. Go ahead. Say hi, Anna. Poor thing. I told you guys her foot is in pain. There is nothing, that is nothing. I'll be in the lower hundreds this weekend, next week also. Yup, I know you'll be baking. I feel sorry for people in this country. It's supposed to be really, really hot this year. Um, this is La Nina, whichever one it is, it changed. So, yup, it's going to be very hot. Hang on, I'm looking for something. There it is. The Texas heat map as urgent issue has been warned. So, oops. A map from the National Weather Service shows that all places in Texas which have been placed under an excessive heat warning or heat advisory, the NWS has urgently issued multiple alerts for different parts of the state. One covers Austin, Colorado, Fort Bend, Inland, Harris, Montgomery, Waller, Washington, and Wharton counties from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. These places are at risk of hitting dangerously hot conditions with heat index values up to 114. So, yep, this country is baking. Okay, you guys, if y'all follow sports, two-time NBA champion Bill Walton has passed away at the age of 71. I am not much into sports, but I thought that I would let you guys know. Uh, Let me see. Um, the word for what she's done to herself is she has I forgot what it's called. It's not fibromyalgia. She has gout, and we're not sure. The doctor said that hers is the word for it is it's passed down from her parent to her, so it's genetic. And it wasn't something that she's asked to have. It wasn't something that she wants, and she's in a lot of pain, so she can't walk really well right now. She just came and asked if my son was going to do any cooking today to make sure that she gets fed because she can't stand. Yep. So she is in a lot of pain right now and taking medicine for the next week. Yes, baby. I already did. That girl has eaten almost her whole box of cereal. She's almost out of it. My granddaughter, have you ever heard of the Cookie Monster? She's the cereal monster. She does not like cookies and stuff. Hang on a minute. I will get you some more cereal. Here, baby. Let me see your bowl and stop crying. You are a big girl now. You're not 2 years old. Come here. There is no maid in this house. Grandma does not spell maid. There, that's it. Don't ask for any more. You're welcome. Skylar, what do we say? What's the magic words? Okay. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. Hang on. George and everybody says to tell you to get better and heal up quick. All she's thinking about is he's hungry. I just told her to get well, you guys. Hopefully my headset is still working. George, can you still hear me? I actually went from here to the kitchen and then my daughter's room. I'm teaching my granddaughter the magic words of please, thank you, and trying to teach her that 6-year-olds don't cry when they don't get what they want, which is not easy. I was 6 years old at one time and I used to cry too. Anyway, she has found out that she has gout, and hers is passed down from her father. And he used to get it in his toe, but she's got it all through her foot. So she's got it bad. But it is treatable with, thank God, and she's going to be taking medicine probably for the rest of her life to keep from having it come back and continue to bother her. Now, it could have been worse, but glad it's not. She just had to change her diet on the things that she eats and the things that she does, and she should be okay. Usually, you only hear about soldiers and stuff. I mean, not soldiers, but sailors getting it. Okay, you guys, it's approaching that magical hour. It looks like the wind has died down some. I am going to stop talking for a little bit because my mouth is hurting, and I'm going to let my live stream run for a little while longer. I will be back on before I end my live stream. Hey, George, message me who JK is. Okay, you guys, I reached the magical hour. I've decided I'm going to end my live stream for the day. I hope y'all are doing well. Please remember to reach out to others, give people hugs, show your kindness to others. Remember, the world's a better place. If you smile at somebody, you might just make their day. Anyways, you guys, if you want to help this channel out, I posted the PayPal in the comments and below the video. That'll help me to buy nutrition shakes that I need since I can't eat anything. Helps me to survive right now. Anyways, you guys, I love you all. I hope y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Please remember to use safety if you plan on doing any cooking out so that we don't start any forest fires since it is summer, almost summertime. Please remember to have your bug out bags in case we might have an earthquake or storms. Remember to use preparedness at all times since it is summertime because of tornadoes, weather, fires, and any other natural disaster that could happen. Anyways, you guys, I am off for the day. I hope y'all are doing well. Sending you each a hug. Much love and best wishes. George, thank you for moderating today. I appreciate your being here. Also, Broken Fish, I appreciate you being here today. And any other moderators that I've had in the background, and Hardneck Farms, thank you for stopping in to chat. And to everybody else who has been here today to show love to the channel, you are appreciated. Thank you, and God bless you all. Have a great day.